How's it going, everyone? Um, Welcome back. This is going to be just an update for the journal on creating the iPhone game. I haven't, I guess, made a video or made a blog entry for about 2 weeks now, but it's been for a good reason. I've been busy creating this game. So just to recap, if you're following the blog, the first 2 weeks I spent trying to learn number one, moving from PC to Mac. Just bought a Mac, so learned that, learned about developing on the iPhone, some basics, and then started getting into some of the techniques using Cocos 2D and a little bit of Box 2D. And from the first 2 weeks, gathering that information, I moved into starting to develop the game. The working title I have right now is Planet 1, and I guess we'll just dive right in. I'll show you what I have so far. So I've been about 2 weeks developing this game, and I'll show you what I got. So let's go into Xcode here. I got it right there, Planet 1, and then we'll just build and run this. Okay, so keep in mind that although most of the graphics are nearly there, this is still early in development, so there's going to be some new things like this menu screen is going to be different, but I just wanted to have something right now. Just start play. There's going to be a few of them. Start play, high scores. There's going to be how to play or help or something like that, and then the settings. And eventually there's going to be a sort of a reset or resume button, so that as the game goes, it'll keep track of how the player is doing. But if he wants to reset it back to square one, he can do that with just a menu button. But anyways, we'll hit start playing, and it's going to bring up a map. And this is sort of a map of all the levels. So my goal right now for the first release of this game is to have 22 to 25 levels. So you go through and you have these buttons that'll highlight as he moves through and defeats each level or clears each level. These will highlight up and he'll be able to access that level. And at the same time, if you say on level 4, you'll be able to go back and replay any of the levels that he's already beaten by simply just clicking on the red dot on the map. So once again, here's what it looks like so far. This might be adjusted later on, but it's working so far. You can go back to the menu just by clicking there, come back to the map. Alright, so we'll dive right in here and I'll show you how the gameplay works. Okay, so it starts off, here's the character I developed. This is just a tile map that I did up, making these tiles from scratch, just 32 by 32 tiles. So there's not too many of them, but it does create quite a nice level with just maybe 6 to 7 tiles. So I'll just move around, he animates, and if you can see, I got a bad guy right there. And just a quick intro to how all this works, just make sure I don't get hit by this guy. At the top of the screen here, I have the score, and I have powers, and instead of having health for him, it's sort of similar to Mario Brothers, I guess, where right now if he gets hit, he dies. But he can collect 3 different powers as of right now. The first one is just extra health, so it just allows him to get hit twice. The second one is going to be a power called jump, so he can jump higher than he typically can. And the third one is a shield or defense. So if he has the third power, which I'll show you, he can actually kill these bad guys. And having any of these balls highlighted here for their powers means every time he gets hit, one of the balls get knocked off. So it just gives him a couple extra times to get hit. But at the same time, he loses the power if he does get hit. So anyways, moving through here, the A button you can jump. The B button is for the power for the shield, but we don't have that yet. So I'm just going to go through here, jump up here, you collect the coins. Here's the first power right here, it's the extra health power. So it's blue, health shows up in the menu up here in the text up here, that highlights blue. He moves through, let's jump over here, and we'll come to an orange one. This one's going to be the shield power. So let's just take a look at, if I click the shield power, it goes like this. So we'll kill this guy over here, just to show you what happens. Now there isn't any animation really for killing him, but if I turn my shield on, he goes, boom, he dies, right? Okay, so just jump up here. So it's sort of hard to do with the emulator here, but make it work. And here comes the next thing I want to talk about. The keys. In the top right hand corner there's time, and there's 3 keys you need to get. In order to clear the level at the very end, there's a gate you got to get through. So you have to have all three keys to be able to open the gate. So let's jump up here, collect this key. So if you notice, every time I do something, there's a little notification up there. I say got key. And let's just make this hard. I'm going to get hit. So I got hit, ouch it says. I blinked, and I lost that power for the shield. So when I do this, B button, I no longer have that power. So this is just going to make this a little bit harder here. So let's jump over this guy right here. So I have one enemy that moves, another one right here that doesn't move. So I'm just going to jump over this ditch here. I haven't really done anything with the ditches yet, but if you do fall into it, you do lose power. And some of them you actually die. So here's another key, so I'm just going to jump up here. And then jump back down here. Let's jump. Oh, got hit. So I lost that. So I got hit again, so my blue ball up here, my blue power for my health power ran out, so I don't have that anymore. But here's the third one I can get, and this is the jump one. So I'm going to click that. It's going to say jump boost. And now, I should have shown you how far you can jump, but with the jump boost I can jump up to this level up here. And sorry, for some reason this is it's not working. Anyways, when I'm running this, it's eating away at my frames per second, so it's a bug I gotta fix. It doesn't happen when I'm not recording the screen, but anyways, we'll work through this level here. Now I can open the gate. I got all three keys are all highlighted here. So I'm going to jump over this way, and I'll take you to the end. Okay, so as you can see, this level is quite long, which makes it a little bit more interesting rather than just a short little level. So my tile map can be quite large. So here's this gate. Now if I didn't get that last key, I wouldn't be able to move through that gate at the end. So just going to jump through here, and now it opens, gate open. And I have doors here, which I was originally planning on having them go through doors to get through, but I might take that feature out. It's just not, I don't really need that. But anyways, I got through the gate, so now I go to the end. I see the waving flag is the end, and level cleared. Okay? So I go through, and now my second level appears. So I can go through either my first one or my second. And as I move through, it'll keep track of that. Another thing too is, so right now I don't have a level 2, I'm just working on it, but if I clicked here, say I went back into level 1, notice at the top, the power I ended the level with is still there, and my score is still at 36, but my keys are at 0, because I gotta collect the keys again. So it's sort of a memory thing. If I didn't have this set up, if you just sort of went through and created all these levels, every time you clear a level, it clears your score and your powers, right? So in order to make that so these stay intact, I created a singleton class which keeps track of that information for me and passes it along to any scene that I want to have. So the last thing I'll show you, I'll just show you him getting hit. It says ouch, right? And now that cleared that power. So now all I have left is one more hit. So I'll get hit, game over. It goes there. Okay. So it takes me back. I didn't clear any levels, so I still have those two. If I go back in, I'll show you this pause. I can hit the pause button, pauses the game. This is just an alert view. I might change that later on to be a little bit more towards the theme of the game. And I can click menu, and it takes me back to the map. And click into here, takes me back, same powers, 36, and keeps all that going. Alright, so that's just where I'm at with the game. I have quite a bit to do still. But the game engine is there, so creating the levels is quite easy. I can just create one file for the level, a tile map, illustrating what the level is, 26 times, and when I stick the level in the resources, it just automatically uploads the level, so I don't have to do any extra game engine stuff. It's just creating the level with one file for a tile map, and automatically updates the level every time I go into it. Another thing to notice too is I have a background here. When I don't have the black background showing, my frames per second is around 60, right? And no matter what happens on the screen, it always stays around 60. Having the background there, it shoots it down to 30 for some reason. So I haven't quite figured out why it sucks so much out of this frames per second down here, but it does. So I've tried it with just an image back there. I've tried it. This is an actual tile map I've done, and it still stays at 30. So it's a problem I have, and because of that problem, it does get a little skippy on the on the motions, right? So it's another thing I gotta look at fixing. But anyways, that should do it, and hopefully you enjoy it, and stay tuned with the blog, and if you have any questions or tutorials you want to see, feel free to ask questions or comment about it. Alright, we'll talk to you later. Bye.